Everybody, welcome to Vallis Sports Podcast. Jesse Vallis, joined by my two brothers, Justin and John. It's gonna do a recap of this Arkansas Ole Miss. Guys, what y'all think about it? I ain't really, I ain't really think too much about the Hogs. Coming close and losing again. I'm getting tired of that crap. What about y'all?
I didn't watch the whole game, man. I was out in the woods hunting, and I came in on the second half, so I can't really speak on the whole game. But it looked to me like we were doing the same old. Trying to force the run. Can't open up the pass if you're trying to force the run. You know what I'm saying? I seen the stats. I'll just look over a couple things I saw that it was disappointing. I think Rocket had 8 rushes for 15 yards because you're trying to force the run. It ain't gonna work. That I think that ended up leading to the 2 picks that uh, our guy ended up throwing. But y'all could probably speak on it more than I can. The defense looked like it held. We ended up coming short 7 points and losing again. I'm sick of watching it.
Yeah, Justin, what'd you think, man?
Man, if you can't block any better than that, it don't matter who's calling the plays. Your offense is terrible. I mean, you ran the ball for about 36 yards against Ole Miss. That ought to be the indicator that what I saw was that I started seeing it against Kent State, y'all, and it kept getting worse. Against BYU, it got worse. Against every game we played, they stopping us out of a pass defense. They sitting up there calling a light box, and we still can't run the ball. So if you wonder why KJ throws 2 picks, they stopping our
That's
run
why
out of a pass defense, y'all. Like, what's going
they
on
running the
up there?
zone.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
They running
they
the
stopping
zone. That's up.
yeah,
they
our
stopping
line
you
can't
out of.
block. Our line can't block nobody, dude. How many sacks did we have, man? He didn't have time to do nothing. And
Yeah,
that's
they had
probably and go
literally
ahead.
a 5-man box, y'all, and you can't run the ball. And in whatever game we played, our opponents are seeing that on film, and that's why it's getting harder and harder to throw the ball. They seeing that they can
Yeah,
stop us without committing extra men to the run game, and that's been our bread and butter. Make them bring extra guys up, then we throw the ball when we want to. But when you letting them stop you out of a pass defense, no wonder you can't run it. You can't pass it. I mean, because you can't even block them good enough to run it when they got a 5-man box. Is what I'm seeing, y'all.
yeah. Every now and then they would send a corner or a linebacker on a blitz, but other than that, their front four was just a lot quicker than our guys, and they were beating them and getting pressure. But
I,
yeah, go ahead, man.
I just looked at the stats. It looked like we had what 2 turnovers. They had 0. We had 17 first downs. They had 21. We had 286 yards total yards. They had 349. You know,
We had more time of possession on.
32 minutes. They had 27.
Yeah, man,
So
we just can't block, and we're still forcing the run, and then trying to make KJ come from behind and win, and then boom, there your interception is. So, I mean,
off the blitz.
that first interception was on KJ though, because he did throw it right to that guy, man. Like he had time, he wasn't under pressure that time.
I don't think he saw the guy until right when he had let
No,
it go. He saw him at the last second. As he was letting it go, he knew it was going to get picked off.
it was too late though. Yeah, but yeah, it just sucks that we come close and we just can't win. It's like they don't know how to win.
Bro, have
The-
you ever noticed that KJ just looks like he don't have any emotions? Like he doesn't look like he's trying to lead the team. After a play, he just
He's tired of
he,
getting killed. Every time he snaps the ball, they got dudes on him.
I,
On him. I mean,
I think he's sick of the lack of protection. That's what I feel
Yeah.
like he's tired of being sacked.
Yeah, but
and
I'm saying he just walks, he just wanders off the field. He doesn't say anything to anybody.
I didn't see any new guys on the line, did y'all? It looked like they moved the guys around, but it was the same old dudes, man.
And I saw Pittman's press conference today, and instead of he's saying Crawford's been hurt. He still don't say nothing about Harris though. And you just gotta wonder, if you set a rushing record in the bowl game against Kansas, and those two guys played extensively, Crawford and Harris, they haven't really played this year, and we can't run the ball. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it just seems like it's time for them two guys, if they're healthy enough, to get their chance, because these other guys, we're not running the ball with them.
We can't pass the ball when we do try to, because they can't pass block either. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that AJ Green ain't getting enough involvement. DeBinion ain't
I
getting
agree.
enough involvement. I think that Rocket is he looked better, I think, in this game than he did the last game. But I still think he ain't all the way there. And then we're not getting our guys that are, they've been going, and they've been playing. We need to get them guys the ball. So.
AJ looks to me like he's more of an explosive back all the way around. If you can get him the ball and give him a chance to make a move, I think that he's going to produce more yards. I think he needs way more touches. And I seen where they were talking about having Johnson getting reps at tight end. Our biggest, most physical running back to catch a block in the backfield. Why would you move him and start trying to give him reps somewhere else? It doesn't make any sense, dude. Their coaching style doesn't make any sense to me.
And that's not the first time they practiced him at tight end. They did it in a past season. They have done that to him before. And then when you see a guy like Tyrus Washington come in and look so good, and we've been asking where he's at. Where was he at? If he can play that good, where was he at?
Yeah, where was he?
And why do we only act like we can only throw it to the tight end? Like those are our favorite targets. Like, dude, we only target Tesla like one or two times the whole game, and when we do, it's like he's triple covered. I don't understand this.
We can't throw it to Broden though. Like, he's 6'7". We can't throw it to him, but we gonna throw it to 12 passes to the tight end, and then we gonna throw it to a blocking tight end. And to have him drop a first down when we got a guy that can catch the ball, and he's not even getting to play that gum. They're gonna put Sherman in. He gonna drop the first down. Y'all remember that when they hit the tight end in the chest and he dropped the first down pass? That was 44 Sherman. He's a blocking tight end.
Yeah,
what are you doing with him in the ball game?
He looked like a fullback.
The Ravens receivers this past weekend.
He looked like a fullback.
He dropped that first down. You look at that drop first down right there, that false start inside the, what was it, the 5-6 yard line. We went down there again and did a false start. Come on, man. That's how you lose, not win. Doing false starts when you're getting close.
Bonehead, please.
Bro, that's all we know how to do. That's all we know how to do is like.
You know what that means? Uncoached.
Yeah.
So that means undisciplined finger.
And Pittman's the offensive line man. I thought. So what's up, Pittman? Hey, you might need to go ahead and pack your bags, Pittman, because like I don't know what's up.
It ain't looking too good.
Honestly. It ain't looking too good. I mean, we keep coming close. We know we ain't gonna beat Bama. Like, hope we do. Probably not. They've been looking better every week.
Their defense is gonna stuff us, bro.
We got it. Yeah, if Ole Miss can stop us, you think Bama can't? So
they're gonna stuff everything we try to do.
Looks to
they're gonna shut it down.
More than likely, if you can't run the ball on Ole Miss defense, who can you run it on in the SEC? That's got to be the question. if you having trouble running the ball on Ole Miss's defense up front, what SEC defensive line you gonna run the ball on? That ain't looking good.
We couldn't even run the ball against, who was it?
Kent State. We couldn't run it against them.
Well,
we had to start running KJ to be able to run.
We had to resort to the quarterback keeper against Kent State. Yeah.
That was the first questionable thing of the year with me, is our coach is our offensive line coach, and we couldn't even run it against a non-SEC team. That was like the first red flag.
We couldn't run it against Western Carolina. We had to air it out. We had to air it out against them.
So I've seen this from the first week, and now I'm sitting here thinking, okay, you haven't made adjustments all season.
No.
So I think the fans are starting to think the same type of way.
Yeah,
everybody I talk to.
Everybody thinks the same thing, man, and
they're giving up.
Go ahead.
I mean, everybody's already gave up. When, like I said, when you can't run the ball on Ole Miss, all the fans of Arkansas are going to give up. And that's a sad thing, because this team, they're still fighting for old Papa Pittman. This team is still fighting for him. They're still playing hard, and it's sad to see the fans just give up on them like this. But we are bad, though. I mean, there ain't no denying that. We're a bad team right now.
I mean, it's not too bad if this dude could just score more than 21 points. I mean, what's wrong with this guy, man?
We shoot ourselves in the foot, y'all. That's the problem with the Razorbacks. It's hard to be successful when you keep finding a way to shoot yourself in the foot.
Right. And our defense, like we keep on saying, they've been giving up these chunk plays sometimes, but we still held Ole Miss to 27 points. I mean, that's pretty decent. They scored like 3 or something on LSU, so 55. There you go. So
see,
what's up with
that?
Right. Our strongest part of our team has been our defense, even though they have given up big plays.
Yeah, but
if
we could have scored more, if we could have scored more than 27, we could have won.
I know. I'm saying our defense has actually been the strong part of our team. It seems like, even though they've given up big plays, but our offense, dude, they haven't made any adjustments. They keep trying to run the same plays, and they can't score. They can't block, and nothing's changing.
I heard Pittman saying, rather than taking out a couple of guys that ain't necessarily winning the physical battle, he gonna say we're not getting beat one-on-one. Did you not see the end of that Texas A&M game? Now, come on, Pittman. And now you want to talk about changing the blocking scheme. Instead of man-on-man, maybe we need to be more of a slide and zone. Dude, it's too late for that. You better take somebody out and insert another man that wants to play football before you get fired. It's too late to change the blocking scheme in the middle of the season. Trying to keep Kutas in the ball game, I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like it. He moved some guys around, but kept the same dudes in there.
He's trying to save his job. I heard his buyout's pretty high, but
that's what I heard. They don't want to get rid of him until like another season, is what I heard. But,
this is killing our recruiting. I think the NIL is one of the worst things that has happened to college ball, and I think having Pittman is almost like having Bielema.
It's worse.
It looks like this. Yeah, but I mean, still, it's almost the same thing. You got an offensive. Is he not an offensive line coach just like him?
What's funny is Pittman was our offensive line coach when he was our coach, and he went to Georgia, but he was getting all the credit for how good his offensive lines were, and
where's ours?
He came back here and he's supposed to be the great offensive line coach, but our offensive line sucks.
See, what happened, guys, is Brett Bielema's a defensive coach the reason he ended up getting fired, he had his start coaching. He coached defensive line, he coached linebackers. When that's what your job is and you're getting ran on like he was those last couple of seasons, he was supposed to know about defense, and our defense turned into, it was good. You guys remember 2014, right? The 14-13 game against Bama when we had the 3 NFL guys, Phylon, Spate, and Trey Flowers. Yeah, we had some good players up under Brett, but yeah, at one point Enos was the OC and Pittman was the offensive line coach at one point.
It's like the same thing, man. But yeah,
Enos.
Bielema
I didn't like when Enos was there before.
Bielema was running that bend but don't break, and it got his ass fired. So,
At one time, he had the players to stop people, and then he didn't recruit well enough, and he had to change up his scheme to fit the players that he had, and he was giving up all these points, and he lost his job. But you know, as far as Dan Enos being here now, we shouldn't have changed our offense as much as we did. If you're running the ball for 200 and something yards a game 2 years in a row, you don't tinker with that.
right. And you don't try to overcoach KJ. You just let him do what he does. He like stands in the pocket and don't move, and then takes sacks. If he would be running around and like creating plays, we wouldn't even be seeing half this stuff.
I think from now on we're going to see a lot more of rolling the pocket, moving the pocket, because it's getting painfully obvious we can't pass protect just in a straight drop back pass. If they know where he's going to be, they're all over it. We're going to have to move the pocket, roll the pocket, get him on a rollout on the move. We're going to have to do a lot more of that if we want to move
That's
the ball.
what I meant. That's what I meant a while ago by saying that we had line coaches. I don't think that line coaches, defensive or offensive line coaches, are good at drawing up schemes. And Enos, to me, he didn't impress me when he was here before. So doing something like that is the only thing that's going to bring our season somewhat close to being something to be proud about. I mean, now I have no hope for the rest of our season if we continue to run the same type of offense we're running. It's over. This is all it is to it. And until everyone gets mad enough to get these coaches out here and get some new coaches, we're going to see the same thing every week. No matter what they do, those guys can't block long enough to keep a corner off of him. And if we don't stick a back there to block, to pick up that block, he's going to get sacked.
Every team's been hitting us with corner blitzes too, like, and
That's why I said you need to take your biggest running back and put him back there and to pick up a block.
And you should also be able to throw the ball where that guy left out from. If there's a guy blitzing you, that's right where you're supposed to throw the little short pass and replace where he came from and get some yards. We're not doing that either.
Nope, he just holds on to it. Like right now, like a lot of this stuff is on KJ because he's being overcoached and he's overthinking it. Instead of just making those checks and audibles and stuff when he sees what's going on. I mean, you can see that guy's blitzing, dude. You should like make something quick happen, you know? Get the ball out of your hand.
That's what happens though when a coach leaves and you got a new coach come in and changes everything. He already was used to that other offense. And I think the worst thing we could have done is take a quarterback that was playing good and was putting up good numbers, that was comfortable in the offense, and put him in a situation where he's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened. You guys got much more to say about this whole Arkansas Miss thing?
It's just a sad day when you can't run. Arkansas Razorbacks run the football on Ole Miss. It's kind of like a tradition, you know. Go look at the history of this series. It's been a measuring stick for a long time for the Razorbacks. When we got a team good enough to do anything, we run Ole Miss over. Sorry, Ole Miss. but that's the truth.
What
Look
about
like, hey,
you,
look, the 49ers last night versus the Cowboys, or vice versa, they actually went to the Niners home. That's what we were supposed to do to Ole Miss.
run the ball at will. Something that we used to do when we were good and we can't do now. Yeah.
We definitely
Yeah, like
do it. When we're any good, we run over those guys. I can tell you that.
For sure. You might not be able to do it against Alabama, but Ole Miss, you can do it. All right, guys, I guess this does it for this Arkansas Ole Miss recap, what we thought about it. You guys can comment, let us know what y'all think about it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for joining. We'll see y'all next time.